I have a quick question for you. What are your thoughts about criminal hacking as a business? Is it really a business? Questionable. But here is what I think. Criminal hacking is $1 trillion industry, and by the end of this video, I will prove why I think it is a business. So stick around with me and let's see if I can change your mind. So let's be honest, when most people think about hacking, what comes into their mind is probably something like this: a lone wolf in the hoodie, sitting in the dark basement, furiously typing on the keyboard, maybe wearing one of the masks. Very mysterious, very Hollywood. And sure, maybe some hacker fit that stereotype. But what if I told you that big or hacking organizations look less like this and more like this? Today, we are going to look at the evidence, both sides, and you can decide for yourself whether the criminal hacking is a business or really well organized crime. So let's start investing. Alright, let's start with the skeleton. Why would someone say hacking isn't a real business? The argument goes like this: business operates with the law, they have structure, employees, customers, professional services. Hackers? They are just a criminal doing illegal things in shadows. No organization, no hierarchy, just chaos. Well, let's test that theory. It's illegal for sure. So it can't be a business? Well, let's talk the numbers. In 2024, cybercriminals generated an estimated of 9.5 trillion US dollars globally. That's trillion with T. To put that in the perspective, that is more than the GDP of Germany, a whole country, which is the third on the list of the world's GDP of all the countries. So, just imagine if hacking is a different country, it will be the third richest country in the world according to the GDP. Now, I don't know about you, but if something generates 9.5 trillion US dollars, I'm pretty sure we can call it a business. Illegal? Absolutely. Unethical? Without question. But these illegal things can still be a business. They're just called black market. And this particular black market is absolutely massive. And this isn't just a theory. Real money is moving, real transactions are happening every single day. Hacking is just disorganized crime. Let me introduce to the concept called Ransomware-as-a-Service. Here's how it works. A developer creates ransomware softwares, essentially malware code that encrypts someone's files and hold them hostage. But instead of distributing it themselves, they create an affiliate program. Other hackers, called affiliates, sign up to this distribution of the ransomware for them. When an affiliate successfully infects a victim and that victim pays the ransom, the money is automatically split. Usually 70 to 80% goes to the affiliate and 20 to 30% goes to the developer. Sounds familiar? It should. This is the same exact business model that Amazon affiliate use or any another affiliate in the market. Except, more extortion and less selling gadgets. But here is the thing. This isn't some market shift operation. Take REvil, one of the most notorious ransomware operation before international law enforcement finally shut it down in 2021. They had generated over $200 million in revenue. They had more than 60 active affiliates working for them. Some were reported making over $200,000 per month. 200,000 per month for so-called disorganized operations? But wait, it gets better. In 2022, internal chat log from another ransomware group called Conti were leaked online, and what did we find inside this chat? Salary discussions, HR department processing payment requests, employee asking about overtime pays, and actually getting time and half for hours worked over 40 per week. Performance review, vacation request. These people have HR departments. They literally complained about their manager, and one guy asked for paid time off so he can go on vacation. Disorganized chaos? I don't really think so. Let's take a look at how a typically major ransomware organization is structured. At the top, you got the leadership, people making strategic decisions about target, pricing, and operations. Below them, core developer who builds and maintain the malware, constantly updating it to avoid detection by antivirus softwares. Then you have operation teams. This includes the affiliates who distribute the ransomware, access brokers who specialized in finding and selling entire points into the corporation network, and financial handlers who manage cryptocurrency transactions. And finally, support teams. These are the people who communicate with the victim, process payments, and provide technical assistance with decryption. Honestly, I have got worse customer service from my internet provider. But in all seriousness, look what are you seeing here. Professional communication, problem solving, clear policies, and proper escalation process. This level of organization doesn't happen accidentally. This is intentional, this is structured, this is a business. Let's talk scale for a sec. In May 2021, the Colonial pipeline, which supplied 45% of the Eastern Coast fuel, was completely shut down by the ransomware attack, not by the individual, by the group called DarkSide. In 2024, we saw major coordinated attack on MGM reports, which resulted in over $100 million in loss. Caesar Entertainment paid a $50 million ransom, Change Healthcare paid $22 million, and that attack affected over 100 million people. And here really what gets me. These groups compete with each other. They have market shares, they undercut each other's prices, they try to poach each other's challenge, and they innovate to stay ahead in the game. And if they are not doing a professional running business, then why their profits are still higher than some of the Fortune 500 companies? Okay, so after looking at all this evidence, what we are really left with? A criminal hacking industry that generates $1 trillion in revenue annually. It has structured organizations that have hierarchies and defined jobs. It have customer support, they have affiliate programs, they have HR departments, and the public relation teams. These groups compete for market shares, they negotiate with the victim using sophisticated tactics, and they have security policies in place. Some even have ethical guidelines about what targets are considered to be acceptable. So, is hacking a real business? Yes, absolutely it is. It is just a business that operates completely outside the law. Now, you might be thinking that this is interesting, but why should I care that criminal hacking is an organized massive business? Here's why. Because you are not up against some bored teenagers in their basement trying random attacks for fun. You are up against the professionals who have resources, training, sophisticated tools, and more importantly, financial intents. When you click a link in a suspicious email, when you use public Wi-Fi, when you reuse the same password across multiple accounts, you are not just hoping some random amateurs doesn't notice you. You are hoping you don't become a target for an organization that have dedicated teams, proven methodologies, and cut-edge technologies specifically designed to exploit the security weaknesses they can find. The important statistics over here is 1 in 3 Americans is affected by the data breach every single year. An average victim of identity theft loses over $1,500. And if you run a small business, that static get worse. 60% of small business that suffers a cyber attack end up closing permanently within 6 months. This isn't me trying to scare you. This is the reality that we are facing right now. These attacks are professional, and our defense need to be professional. You don't need to be cybersecurity expert to protect yourself, but you do need to understand that this is just not a normal act for a digital vandalism. These are the calculated business operations that are running for their profits. So, that's my case. Criminal hacking is a business, a massive, organized, and incredible profit business that generates more revenue than most legitimate industries are. But I want to hear it from you. Did you agree with me? Did I prove my point? Or do you still think that it is just a disorganized crime that happens to make a lot of money? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's make a real conversation. Tell me what surprised you, Tell me what you disagree with me. Let's have a debate. And here is the another question I was thinking about. If the hacking is this successful as a business model, if it is generating trillions of dollars and constantly evolving, what does that say about our current approach to cybersecurity? Are we fighting the right battle? Are our defense going to be keeping up with their innovations, or we are just always going to be one step behind them? I don't really know. I don't know the future, no one knows it. But if you want to be safe from this criminal hacking, that was this channel is about. So let's work together to make you more harder target than an average people. This is CyberZap signing off from today's video. Bye.